Let me share my screen. Okay, so yesterday we saw the difference between live and extract connection. Then some of this, I mean, this filter we didn't see over here, but right. But the thing is, whatever filters you, I think we saw this filter, wherein
No, we didn't click on that filter only.
yeah, we saw those filters from here, wherein we were talking about the wildcard, condition, and top,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whether you apply this filter from this particular location or you apply that filter from this location, right? The only difference will be like this filter will get applied before you create the extract.
Okay.
Right. So which means if I select extract and I click on add filters, filter can be applied on any of the particular field. So it gives us the list of all those fields where we want to apply the filter. So maybe in this case, let's say if I select region and say okay. Okay, so I have only US as a region here. Let me
Mm-hmm.
cancel this and I'll take another field wherein I have multiple values. So for example, let's say, okay, let me take this region. Over here I will have 4 values: central, east, south, and west. I'll select 3 values and we'll say
Mm-hmm.
okay, right? And say yes. So in this scenario, whatever extract will get created, that
Mm-hmm.
extract will have only 3 values for region.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the very first step. You must have heard about order of operations. So order of operations in Tableau, it will very first, as a very first step, it will execute the filters of data extract, right?
Okay.
So that whatever extract you are creating, that will have only those values what you have selected over here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. After this, extract will get created. It will save into the given location. So right now, if you see, you don't know where the extract got saved, right? In
Mm-hmm.
order to see whether your extract is saved or not, you can first of all go to files and see your repository location.
Okay.
Wherever your repository location is, it will get saved into that particular location, right? But as of now,
Mm-hmm.
we have not saved it, so that's why you don't
Okay.
see anything here. As soon as I will move to sheet 1 or I do anything else, it will ask for the location to be saved.
Okay. Once you apply any extract, it asks you to save before proceeding
Right.
to sheet one or something.
Right. Another thing,
Okay.
if I click on edit, let's see what happens. See, it gave me this pop-up which says data storage, do you want a single table or multiple table, right? Then it
Filter
shows the
will start.
filter what I have applied. It says keep east, south, and west, and central is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then it gives me option to apply more filters at this place. So whatever filter I add here, they will get added into this filter.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is a aggregation. So aggregate data for visible dimensions. So let's say you are connected to a transactional database. You
Mm-hmm.
understand, right? Transactional database and analytical database.
Transaction elements which continuously some updates instead of going on. Correct?
In other words, you must have heard OLTP and OLAP.
Yeah, OLTP and that online transaction processing and
Mhm.
analytics processing.
Right. What's the
The different
difference?
difference means I can see those are online transactions which are going on
Mhm.
continuously,
Mhm.
and these are static. I think.
Online and static. Basically, this is not. I mean, you can say that, right? Static is not the correct word here, But
Mhm.
see, what exactly happens in the real time scenario, right? Whatever
Mhm.
application you use, right? Let's say you have a banking domain, you are in banking domain, and you
Mhm.
have an application which, I mean, used by many people, right? So they do a lot of transactions. So
Correct.
every second there would be number of transactions they do, right? See, again, the transaction is not always related to money or amount. Transaction
Mhm.
means basically your data is kind of coming and going, new records are getting inserted, right? Anything, edit,
Mhm.
delete, update, all of these things are called transactions,
Okay.
right? Any DML operation.
Mhm.
So these things will be known as transaction. Now any database where these operations happen very frequently, right? Let's say
Mhm.
let's say Facebook, right?
Mhm.
A million of people will log in at the same time every day, every
Mhm.
second, right? So it means it has huge number of transactions.
Okay.
Now if I ask you, like, whatever the main database of Facebook is, just connect to that and show your report, what will happen? Would you be able to show the report in a better way, or will it be possible if you show any number, will it be right, will it be correct number at that moment?
Because it may be changing, right? Users may be
Number one,
extra.
yeah, exactly. Number one, it will change very frequently, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you cannot report on that number.
Mhm.
Another thing, because number of transactions will be taking place every second, which means if you start doing reporting on the same database, which means
Mhm.
you are unnecessarily increasing the traffic.
Correct.
Correct. So again, it will impact the performance of that database where people are logging in and logging out or posting something. So in order
Correct.
to avoid all the traffic, unnecessary traffic load, and um, show the numbers correct, what we do, we create another database. We call it Online Analytical Protocol, right? OLTP. Sorry,
Mhm.
OLAP. OLAP,
Mhm.
right? The other one is OLTP, Online Transactional Protocol, and this is Analytical Protocol.
Okay. So if the data
Transactional,
won't change frequently, we are just dumping the same data over here.
right? We keep the data, and on periodic basis, either weekly, monthly, or on hourly basis, we dump the data into Analytical Protocol. After some time, uh, after some time or a period of time, right?
Okay.
it
Mhm.
it will not be a direct connectivity with the application. So in that
Mhm.
case, what will happen, see, another example you can take from banking domain. So you
Mhm.
get your statement only once either the month is complete. In between you can see that statement, but it will not be available, you need to process it,
Correct.
right? But other details like what is the balance in your account, and if you do any transaction, immediately the new amount will show up. So these things will be part of your transactional protocol. But
Mhm.
in order to see the statement, you need to request, you need to give the date, start date, end date, then it will appear, or else as soon as month is over, then you will get the statement. So those things come under analytical protocol,
Mhm.
right? So both the things are segregated. So same goes with here. Let's say
Mhm.
in case of aggregation, you want to kind of aggregate your data every time you refresh your extract. You want to aggregate your data on basis some dimension, maybe by
Mhm.
year, by category, by subcategory. If you want to aggregate that data, then that setting you can do here,
Okay. Aggregate
right?
means you want to refresh it.
Yes, aggregate means generally a basis that you want to kind of sum or average, these type of things you want to apply. But generally over
Mhm.
here you can do it by date only,
Okay.
right? Date, when I say date, basically different formats of date, either year,
Mhm.
quarter, month, those things,
Mhm.
right? Then this last portion is very important. The last portion says number of rows. Do you want to refresh all the rows, or do you want to apply incremental refresh,
Okay.
right? So let's say when you create your extract, you have already, let's say, 2 million rows,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you need to refresh the data.
We'll
So
do
are you,
increment.
yeah, so are you, it depends like what you are doing. If you're doing all the rows, it will refresh all the rows from the database and
Mm-hmm.
create kind of override the existing extract,
Correct.
right? But it will take the same time also because you are going to dump all old records and again fetch the all the records from the database,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you do incremental refresh basis some field, right, either
Mm-hmm.
date or row id, only those fields will come, like on basis of which you can identify whether it is a new record or not. Okay,
Okay.
so from date you will know that this is a new record, or
Mm-hmm.
id you can tell whether it's a new record or not. Over here
Yes.
quantity will not help,
Yes.
right?
Either alternate date or no ID.
Right, quantity is coming here but it will not help you,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can have the same quantity again, right, multiple times.
Yes.
So and same goes with postal code also. So
Mm-hmm.
only thing is like either date or row id will help you. So basis date you will know, okay, these are the new records that started coming,
Okay.
right? So it will not refresh the complete extract, it will refresh only the new records which we started getting. It
Okay.
will append, right, it will append into the existing data and add the new rows into your extract.
Okay. How frequently it does? Means is there any time to select that as well? Rule of
So
date. So,
that you don't do here, like how frequently or uh, I mean when you want to schedule, that will not
mm,
will not be shown here. But yes,
mm,
as soon as you publish this over Tableau server,
okay.
right? As soon as you start publishing this on Tableau server, over there it will ask for the schedule, like when you want to. Let's say I'm going to Tableau public. Let's see it does it or not. In the
Mm,
complete server, it will definitely tell, but public, I don't think it will tell. Yeah, see, it gave that message that you cannot publish on Tableau public. Data extract cannot be published there, right?
okay.
But in server it can be. So while you will save it on server, you will know, like you will get a pop-up that
Mhm.
where you want to save your extract, number one, and then incremental, and if incremental on what basis, and then schedule when you want to refresh it, either
Okay.
every day at a particular time you want to refresh it. And those schedules can be created into your server itself. So schedule plans need to be created first of all. Schedule
Okay.
plan will have like refresh this is extract in the morning, afternoon. So a specific time will be there. Basis that you
So
can.
this so this will
Hmm?
be created by the admin or we itself.
those
I think so.
plans will be created those
Mhm.
plans will be created by admin, right?
Mhm.
But while deploying this workbook, you can select any of those plans. So whatever
Okay.
plan you select, that plan will be applicable to your data extract,
Okay.
right? But plans need to be created by admin,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the thing for extract. Now I'll move ahead and it will ask me to save. Let me remove this filter for now. You can edit and remove these things from here, okay?
Mhm.
Filters. So I'll remove that and we'll go ahead. It will ask to save. I'll just save it here and then I'll move to my sheet.
What is the full form dot? It shows dot HYPR. What means
That,
what that?
I
Extension.
mean, there is no full form of it. It is known as hyper.
Mhm.
So earlier, right? Earlier, Tableau was giving a normal kind of data extract TDX file. Sorry,
Okay.
TWP, TDX. Tableau data extract. Yeah, it was TDX. Tableau data extract.
Okay.
That was little slow. So what they have done, they have optimized it, And from 2018 version of Tableau, they started saying they started calling it hyper data extract.
Okay.
Right. So this hyper data extract is little faster, and that is what it works. So you can, whatever data extract you create, it will be kind of fast. So let me go ahead. I don't 2019. No, I don't have any old version. No, I don't have. TDS is there, that is data source only. If it is TDX, that will be data extract, and new data extract comes with dot hyper extension.
Okay.
Right? In old versions you will get that TDX.
Mm.
Right? Okay, fine. So let's go one by one to these different charts, and we'll kind of create other charts. Few of them you have already created. We'll
Uh-huh.
create some of them.
Okay, we
So
are
if you,
going to learn charts for today.
yeah. So let's say if you drag profit, if you drag sales, and you take any of your dimension, for example, let's say category and subcategory. So category is here and then subcategory is here. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is going to kind of category and subcategory, then you have sum of profit and sum of sales. By default it shows this view, but we are going to talk about text right now. So over here, now if you see, you have furniture, right? Office supplies and technology, subcategory there, and then you have profit and sales, right?
Okay.
It shows you this exact summary what you had in your first view, sorry, second view,
Mhm.
right, in your charts. If you want to see this by year, right,
Mhm.
what you can do is you can just drag your date onto columns, and you'll see different years for each measure,
Mhm.
right? Maybe if you want to kind of add color by quantity, you need to drag that quantity on color, and the color
Mhm.
will change, right? Now this is the
Mhm.
default color what you got over here, and the
Mhm.
scale is like this. But if you want to change this scale, what you can
Mhm.
do is you can go to edit color, automatic. Right now automatic is selected and you are getting this blue scheme. You can select anything else from this list,
Mhm.
right? Let's see, if I select red versus green and say apply, you can see like your data has changed like this. Over
Mhm.
here, anything which is starting, which is less equal to 29, or you know until this area, that will be red. After this it started getting uh,
Green.
green. So the same scheme is defined here also. If you want, you can change it. If you want to reverse it, you can reverse that.
Okay.
See, now the lower side will be green and higher side will be red,
Okay.
right? Let's say if you want to show the stepped colors, stepped colors means you have divided your scale into 5 colors
Mhm.
and 5 equal sizes starting from 29 to 2067.
Okay.
Then what else you can do? Over here you can change your scheme. Let's say you want to do 50 different colors in between, you can do that. 50 doesn't give much difference, like 10, you can see all those 10 colors are here, right? Then reverse, we did full color range. Okay, there isn't much change.
Mhm.
If you click on advanced, you will get start and end, right? So start and end means maximum and minimum values of your data.
Okay.
With that you can define the center. Right now the center is around 1048, but maybe let's say if you want to define center as 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
What it will do, from 29 to 50, it will be red, and
Okay.
anything which comes after that will be green,
Yeah.
right? So that is what you have decided the center, and the color schemes will start changing from there. If you do it 500, you can see this mark here, small
Mm-hmm.
small mark, that will change. It came here till this portion, it will be red, and then it start turning into green, right? So these are the things what you can apply on the color scheme. If you change color, obviously you have different schemes, maybe within a single color. What scheme you want to apply, you can do that,
Okay.
right? Other than this, let's say if you click on size will kind of convert, and it's related to font only, but it's applicable to anything, whether it is a symbol or font, onto this data view,
Okay.
right? You can define the size by sum of profit and sales also, so like
Mm.
this, but it won't be that helpful in visualization here.
Okay. Basically, we can do the size on like graphs and all.
Exactly. Or if you have a symbol, then it will be helpful. Right. Now it comes to like how to format your sheet or the visualization you have created. So right now, uh, it's a plain text. Okay, it's a plain
Mm.
text. If you go to show me, you have other two options here, which are grayed out right now.
Mm.
These are again basis intensity of your value. It will show you the color,
Mm.
right? So we'll do that later. But let me just right now go ahead and do some other formatting. For example, for this particular sheet, you want to change the font size or fonts which you are using, you can do that, right? Then similarly, it's for tooltip, totals, alignment you
Where,
can change.
where did you click it from? Going to format section.
You right click and format.
Okay, you can click anywhere in the view.
No, you will get here only. Okay, you are saying this
No,
format, right? No,
exactly.
you need to right click on data area only. If you right click
Okay.
here blank on the blank area, then you will not get.
Okay.
Okay,
So if you
so
click
it
on
has
the data arrow, we can change. We'll get the format, and you can change the whole data format from this text. Correct.
when I say format, basically yes, it's related to the look and feel of this whole sheet.
Okay, whole
Okay,
sheet itself.
yeah, you get the same option from here also under format, and then you will have sheets, dashboard, story, workbook. Just a minute, worksheet. Okay, you are getting these options here: font,
Mhm.
alignment, shading, border, and lines. Those
Okay.
same options: font, alignment, shading, borders, and lines.
Okay.
So alignment we did. Now we can do, let's say if you change this color to something, the whole color of your worksheet will change, right?
Okay.
But let's say if you want to do for a particular pane, right? You can see that it's changing. Similarly for headers, maybe you want to keep something, right? That you can do that. And again, something like this. Maybe for font you would like to take a little, bold format.
Mhm.
That's tooltip title. So just wanted to change the color to black. Okay, sorry. So I was trying to convert this into black, but if you remember right now, our color is defined by this color scheme what we have done here.
Yes.
Right, that's why it was not changing.
Okay.
If I remove this, it will be black as I was trying to do this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you can just format this color. Now if you
Mm.
see after doing all these things, this thing got enabled because we have native color right now. We don't have any color scheme. As soon as you will drag some color scheme over here, again it
Mm.
will be disabled.
See, down I can see when we click for heat maps, try one or more dimension or one or more measures. If we have this only, then I think so this will be getting enabled, right?
No, that is true. But
Mm.
again, if you're defining the color scheme by your own here, right, then it will
Mm.
not be applicable,
Okay.
right? Because it already has a color scheme. So
Okay.
it changes like that.
Mm.
Now, right now, other thing you what you can do is format for your title. So for in order to format your title, you can go here, say format title. If you wish, you can apply borders to it, and then shading if you need any shade, color shade,
Okay.
right? And further to that, right click, central alignment, bold, and you can change some other colors, right? I still need some of the border because borders I think I have applied. No, I have not applied. So you can do borders also for this particular sheet from here. So borders for your cells, for panes, and then for your entire table, right?
Mm.
Okay. On top of this, I mean, once you are done with this type of formatting, if you go to this standard, this is the view over here. It's a standard view. In drop down, you see fit width, fit height, and entire view. If you see fit width, you'll see your table for on the entire page.
Okay.
If you do fit height, you will see it will accommodate in the complete height. Right now the
Okay.
width, for width it has left the space, but the height is completely occupied. Then if you
Okay.
see entire view, it will try to occupy the maximum area,
Okay.
right? So these are the different ways you can do it. Another thing is related to the format of, because it is profit and sales, it should be in dollar amount. So that formatting you will do from here. You'll change this into dollar. So basically currency, right? And currency is in dollars. So I'll change this rupee and put dollar sign. So far profit got changed. I'll right click on sales, go to format and do the same thing on currency. We'll change it, put dollar sign, and here we go. Right? It's clear so far?
Yes.
Okay, so right now you see the sheet name as we have the name of sheet like sheet 1.
Mm.
If you change it here, it will change here automatically
Mm.
because right now it is a formula or reference that is sheet name.
Mm.
But if you wish, you can change from here and you can call it, let's say, sales and profit by category and subcategory.
Mm.
So because I removed that reference, now I can put my own name here it won't affect this. It is still cross table, but this got changed, right? Okay, so this is how you can kind of change your uh, cross table. If I do the similar kind of activity without any formatting, what I mean, let's say if I drag subcategory, subcategory, and then profit, and go here, show me. Now if you see, right now there is no formatting, so all of my these options are enabled. Right over here I can select this. So if you see here, I can see my profit by intensity of profit itself. So wherever I have more profit, I'll get a darker color in terms of blue, and wherever I have least, I will get towards orange or red color, as per this scheme basically, which we can change anytime, right? We have option to change this,
Yes.
so that's possible. Now I can drag order date on top of it. So by year, I can change this into quarter, I can change this into month, I can change this into day. So all those changes we can do. Right? Month, different like year, quarter, and then months. Or simply if you want to leave into quarters, so year and quarters. 2017, Q1, Q2, Q3, 2018, same quarters. This is how you can kind of change the format of your data, or by default you can leave it into years itself. Fine.
Mhm.
Same formatting you can apply here the way we did it onto this sheet. So we can apply that formatting out right now because we have you know single measure, so that's why it was enabled. But as soon as you will drag two measures, this will get disabled.
Okay.
Right? Why it will get disabled? Because in normal scenario you can apply only one color scheme on measures,
Okay.
right? So let's say if I drag profit sales again, so if you see this time, right, you have profit and sales both over here,
Mhm.
isn't it? If I say like this, so you have under profit different years, and this is the profit under those years. This is the
Mhm.
sales, then different years, and this is the sales under those. But
Mhm.
but the question is, the color what you get here, that is based out of your profit only.
Okay. Because it would be giving preference to the first color which you have moved, or okay.
No, no, no. So whatever color we already took, right? Only that
Mhm.
scheme will be used here. If you want to apply different color schemes on your measure, right?
Mhm.
You can do that. I'll be covering that once I'll start to work, showing you the dual axis chart. Then I'll show
Mhm.
that how can you apply different color schemes on different measures.
Okay.
So that's like applying the same scheme on all the measures.
Mhm.
Now if I go to another sheet, and generally we create pie chart. Do you know where the pie chart is created?
Basically, I heard like only 4 or 5 what you call fields or areas a pie chart is preferred. If it's more, then it doesn't look good.
Right. So this is basically pie chart is being generally used in order to show the composition, or you can say, yeah, composition of your data. So
Mhm.
composition means like how many categories are there, what are the total segments, right? And
Mhm.
their ratio or their percentage.
Mhm.
So for example, if I take segment I have three segments here: consumer, corporate, and home office. I can take sales and I can go back here and click on pie. So you will see like it has started showing me. Let me increase the size. Okay, so it has started showing you the pie chart for these three segments, where red is home office, blue is consumer, and corporate is orange, right? And depending on the numbers, if you see on tooltip, depending on the number what it has, it is showing you a different different area covered by a particular category. Okay, right now if we created this pie chart from here, so automatically it has taken sum of sales onto this angle, correct? If I remove this, what will happen? Nothing happened as of now, right? Nothing happened as of now. Let me remove this sum of sales also, right? What happened now?
Nothing. Just the size has been changed. Just
Right
the
now,
part
what
area.
it is doing, right? Now
Equal.
it is showing the equal area for all the categories,
Yes.
right? It doesn't tell that which category has the more area or more coverage. It is simply showing the same area for all the categories. So primary thing would be you need to put or drag these things onto angle in order to show the specific composition, right? Other things like labels and all, they will work as it is. You can increase, decrease the size. Tooltip, you can control from here. You can add few more fields if you want, right? And responsive tooltip and on hover. Okay, fine. So yeah, other things will remain same as it happens in the normal chart, right? We'll talk about the donut chart as we go for the dual axis charts. Donut will be creating using pie chart only,
Okay.
right? So that we'll call it as pie chart. Okay. Related to pie chart, there is one more chart. It's not actually pie, but we show the same information, similar information, right? So right now over here, pie talks about which segment has highest value or minimum value. It shows the composition, right? Similarly, if I go to show me and click on this angle, rectangle, tree map, so this will also show you the same information but in a different manner. This is also showing the same thing, right? Which segment has the maximum and which segment has the minimum,
Correct.
right? So it's the same representation, but it's not basis angle, it is basis area, right? So you can, in order to show composition, you can use either of these charts. Both will be fine, right? Over here also you can show labels or drag other fields onto labels so that you can show, maybe let's say like this, profit. You can have your sales. What else? You can add other fields also over here, right? I'll change it to pie once again. Click on labels. Okay, so your pie is ready. Now we'll go ahead and create another sheet, and this time let's talk about map. You already know, you have already created, right? But there are few more things on map that we'll be covering, like how can you add your own map, or how can you change some of the options that I'll be covering. Okay, let's talk about these three type of bar charts here. So this time let's take subcategory, and we'll take, let's say, quantity, right? So over here, if you go, I mean, you can go from show me also,
One
and
minute,
from
one minute,
here also.
one minute. You just moved quantity in the view. Why
Hmm.
did you move it to some column or row?
Okay, this thing, right? I can do
Uh-huh.
that. Let me remove it.
Because I'm not sure where to move. That's the main confusion for me.
Hmm.
Because it totally changes this, right? You just
Right.
move to columns now.
Yeah, I was coming to this view only, right? But
Mhm.
what I would have done it, you can simply drag over here, and then you need to go here and change it to bars, right?
Okay.
You will see similar kind of view, or you can go here and then you can change it like this. So it's not like that what is correct, what is wrong. There are
Mhm.
number of ways to do achieve the same view,
Okay.
right? So we were coming to this because we wanted to show bars. It is
Mhm.
just, see what happens, like in case of dimensions, if you drag anything on the columns,
Mhm.
right, what it will do, like it will create those many columns as many values you will have in that dimension,
Okay.
right? So for example, if under segment you have three values and you drag segment onto columns, it will create three columns with the segment values. So for
Correct.
example, if I drag it here, it is creating three columns,
Mhm.
right? But if you are dragging any measure onto columns, right, any measure, provided
Mhm.
it is not distinct, if it is continuous measure, it will simply show you the aggregation in bars like this, right? So it's an aggregation of sum, what it has done, right?
Mhm.
And it is showing in the bars. Simply if you drag any other measure, it will create the similar kind of chart for that measure also, like this,
Okay.
right? So that's the difference. Now it is not like if I dragged it here, it is wrong. It's
Okay.
on your requirement that what you want to show.
Mhm.
Okay. So if in the very first time, if you are not able to create exactly the view what you want, that doesn't mean you are wrong.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me go back again and I'll drag quantity. So either on text or here. Generally
Mhm.
what we do, like we'll put it here, then we'll show me, and we have achieved like this.
Mhm.
We can sort our data, right?
Okay.
Ascending, descending, or we can unsort. So it will be as per database order.
Mhm.
So we have just sorted. We can show labels if you wish, right? On labels, we saw that right now we were getting labels on top of the each bar.
Mhm.
If you want to show this label in the middle or central, like over here in the center of this bar, you
Mhm.
can go ahead and select like this. It will be in the center of the bar, right?
Okay. Mhm.
you
Like
can you
where?
can always, yeah, you can
Okay.
always change the color. How would you
Mhm.
change the colors? From here, like this.
Okay.
Fine. if you
Mhm.
wish if you wish to show the color of these bars by categories, by subcategory, you can drag subcategory onto colors, right?
Mhm.
Because each category is different, you are getting a different color. Or maybe you want to show the color by category, not subcategory, but by category. So in that case, you will drag category onto colors. And over here, if you see, like blue ones are for furniture,
Mhm.
orange ones are for office supplies, and technology is for red, or red is for technology,
Mhm.
right? You can maybe, let's see if it is possible, sort. Okay. That's sorting. Sorting of this will not work here because we have already sorted by numbers, right? If you want to show it maybe grouped by category, you can drag your category here and it will show like this. So all the colors in a different place.
Mhm.
Let's see if I say, okay, here we go. You understood what it is showing right now?
It's showing by the category itself, right?
It's showing subcategory but by category,
Okay.
sorted by amount, sorted by quantity.
Okay.
So you have quantity, you have subcategory, you have category also, but we are not showing that in the view. We have simply sorted it by quantity.
How did you do that? Because it was very fast. That you got it.
Okay, okay. Just a moment. Yeah. So what I did there, let me remove it once again. Right. I just dragged category to
Mhm.
rows first of all. So we were able to see it like this, right? We had this. Sorry, I think it has again show the
Mhm.
label. This was the view earlier. We were able to
Mhm.
see category, we were able to see subcategory, and then our bars.
Okay.
Right. So anything which you don't want to show into view, right?
Mhm.
Anything which you don't want to show here, you can
Mhm.
simply uncheck that. Right?
Okay.
Show
So,
header, mhm, uncheck it, and it will be kind of go away from the view.
okay, if it was first subcategory, then category, then we would have removed subcategory and it would have shown like category wise. Correct?
Okay, let me go here. See, this depends on the particular pill wherein you are showing it or not. Right?
Mm-hmm.
For this, I did to show headers or not. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
do it for this, you need to uncheck this. Right click on that particular card
Mm-hmm.
and then show header or not to show headers.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, this is alphabetical order only. So, fine. Now,
If we want to make it as like technology, we can make it over here like technology, office supplies, and furniture as it's there in category.
come again, please.
If we can make like only technology up first, then office supplies, then furniture.
So, I
If
think
we
in
like,
that case, yeah, we can do that. I think in that case, because it is right now subcategory also, so you just need to remove subcategory and then it will automatically do that, right?
okay.
Because if there are underlying fields, it will take those also in consideration for sorting,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why it was not doing that, but I just moved it. So this time it doesn't show like that. All technologies together, office supplies together, and furniture is together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is our this type of horizontal bars,
Mm-hmm.
right? These are the stacked bars which we saw earlier. So for example, if I convert the same bar into this, it will show you data like this. So what it is, you are getting all the categories into x-axis, your quantities are on y-axis, whereas each subcategory under these categories is shown like this. So like technology, you have phones.
It's very difficult to understand. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, Darshan, there was some disturbance, so I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was saying, like under each category, you are getting these subcategories lying into that. So over here you have copiers, then you have machines, and then accessories.
Mhm.
Under technology, similarly office supplies, all those subcategories will be shown here, and then furniture.
See, this
Right.
is that they're showing for like one column. If we have like multiple rows and multiple columns, if a user comes that I want to like this kind of scatter chat or like this chat, how will be doing at that time?
Come up again. I mean, what is exact requirement?
See, if we have a user comes with like I want this like scatter chat or the chat which you are using now, there are like 50 rows, 50 columns. Okay, then how can we select that specific graph? Let's see what user is asking us.
50
Got me.
rows. No, I'm not. I'm kind of not getting. So 50 rows. I mean, even in this data, we have a lot of rows, right?
Mm, mm,
We are summarizing basis category, so that's why you get three only,
mm.
right?
Okay. See how we work further, you'll get the questions.
Okay. So
And
this was.
my record is simple that you're using this like stacked dot, right? If the
Mhm,
user comes that I have like means he needs scattered this one and he has some like specific rows and columns,
mhm,
okay, for which you need to give a scattered plot, and if it's not feasible,
mhm.
then how we can be converting to that specific scattered bars or
Okay.
something.
So in that case, you need to ask a question, right? Let's say if
Mm-hmm.
he says that with these fields he wants a scatter plot. So
Mm-hmm.
simply you ask a question,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that why scatter plot is used, right? A
Mm-hmm.
scatter plot is used to show the
Mm-hmm.
random distribution of different measures,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you have multiple measures, you can use a scatter plot. But
Mm-hmm.
in this scenario, I'm using only one measure, right? So we
Okay.
cannot show a scatter plot here. Getting?
Okay. You know the
For
answer. That means if you're working in future, if I come
Mhm.
with some, then how can I face this kind of situation?
Yeah. So I'm coming to that, right? I have not covered scatter plot right now.
No, I'm just asking you.
Right. See, definitely. I mean, once you'll start working, then only you will know. So over
Mhm,
here we have categorical data, right? In
mhm,
case of categorical data, only one measure is required, and you can show many categories or dimensions in the chart. In
mhm,
those scenarios, you will be using bar, pie, these type of charts,
mhm.
because it shows a composition that which dimension has the maximum portion,
Okay.
right? And when you need to show the distribution is done on measure side. Composition is being done on dimension side.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let me just go to Google. I'll share one image. I mean, even you can download anytime. So it's basically chart types based on variable. Let me go to images. Yeah, this one. You're able to see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So see the central question. What would you like to show?
Correct.
If you want to show the distribution, go this route. If you want to
Mhm,
show comparison, you need to follow these charts. If you want to show the relationship, you need to go here. And if you want to show the composition, go here, right? And at this moment, we are showing composition. So that's why we are, see the stacked chart, the stacked column chart, we are showing composition.
Composition means exactly we are showing, we can use pie chart also, right? We use for composition for pie charts.
Exactly. So see, the pie chart is here, right?
Okay, composition means we're showing a part for this office supplies,
Exactly.
it has this much and now.
Hmm.
And what do you mean by exact by distribution?
See, distribution is basically it is done on measure side, means numbers. So in numbers, basically, let's say there could be scenario like you would like to know ki how many people are coming into range of 10 to 5. Like I'm talking how many people are coming into
Mhm,
10 to 5. So
mhm.
we're talking about the collection,
Okay.
right? For example, bell curve. I mean, in all the organizations, they find out bell curve, and basis that they define the rating. So they say like
Okay.
how many people are coming under 3 rating, how many people are coming under 2 rating, and then how many people are coming into 1 rating. So
Mhm,
what they do basis some criteria, performance and all, they kind of divide people into different categories. So both categories as well as the numbers, right? Let's say 10 people are in rating 1, 50 people are in rating 2, and 100 people are in rating 3. So
mhm.
we have defined a distribution that these those type of things will come into distribution. So this you can see like this line histogram, right?
Okay.
It is nothing but the bell curve, normal chart,
Okay.
right? Normal distribution.
Mhm,
A scatter plot, and over here you have a scatter plot at two places, right?
mhm.
And at both places you have two variables, which
Okay.
means in order to plot a scatter plot you need minimum two measures. If you don't have two measures you cannot plot a scatter chart.
Okay. You mean by variables means you mean its measures.
Yes, basically
Okay.
variables means two fields, right?
Okay. Means
Two
that comes
fields.
under dimensions or measures. That was my confusion. Two variables,
Uh,
it should be measures or dimension itself.
Very true, very true. But the question is, if I say variable, right? Variable is something whose value remains, keep changing. If I would
Mhm.
say dimension, dimension will generally don't change,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So that kind of thing. Over here, if you see, right?
Mhm.
If you see here in the composition side, it doesn't
Mhm.
talk about the variables. See, they have not mentioned variable any time,
Okay.
right? But for distribution, for relationship, they have mentioned variable. Even for comparison, if you see, few places
Mhm.
they have mentioned variable and few places they have mentioned categories.
So what would be the conclusion means? If variable, we can say like dimension.
Measures?
Yeah,
No.
measure.
Variables is measures,
Okay.
right?
And
And if it is
category.
category will be dimension always,
Okay.
right? Because we even definition of dimension is like categorical data, right?
Yes.
So if we talk about categories, 100% it's going to be dimension, and if
Mhm.
it is variable, it will be measure,
Okay.
right? So look at this image. It will help you a lot, like when to use which chart and what are the basic requirements for a particular chart,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So we'll go ahead and so we were able to create this chart as of now. It's a stacked
Mhm.
plot. And in your case also, when you created your charts, we saw like by year we were able to see the composition of different years in these bars.
Mhm.
Now if you talk about this one, the last one, side by side bars. So over here, if you see under each category, we can see side by side bars for subcategories,
Mhm.
right? The same thing we were able to see over here, right? This was the same view. It was the
Mhm.
horizontal view. We have just simply converted that into vertical view,
Okay.
right? So the subcategories are grouped by category, and you can see their underlying numbers.
Yes.
You can sort it. Right. Now if I say, right now the size is coming by default, it's the same size for each bar.
Mhm.
But if you want to show the size by, let's say profit, I sold these many quantities here, but does it really good? I mean, am I making good profit on this particular bar?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can drag profit on size. Now see that. Some bars are very thin like this.
Mm-hmm.
Some bars are very wide like this.
Okay.
Right? So if you
Wider means
compare the
it has
wider
very good.
means high profit.
Yes.
Right? If you just look at these two bars, over
Mm-hmm.
here quantity is 5,000, about 6,000, and over here our quantity is only 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you look at the profit, it's 44,000,
Yeah. 16.
and over here it is only 30,000.
Got it.
Right? So this is how you can represent your values or the visual thing basis some measures. So we were
Mm-hmm.
already using quantity. We used another measure as profit and dropped it on size.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Over here it's negative profit in these two categories. This is also negative. This is positive. Yeah. Right?
See, one time I just removed the sum of profit. Okay, just click on sum of profit and do right click and remove. Oh, here, in the last sum of profit. Okay. Right side, complete right side, where you can see like this. Simply
This
have this
thing.
one. Uh,
Hmm.
just remove it.
Yeah.
Okay, you had it. If you want it back, then
Then you need to go to worksheet,
mhm,
show cards, and reset card. It will come.
okay. Because I was doing something yesterday, I removed it. I was unable
Mhm.
to bring it back. I was
Okay.
unable to switch option.
You just need to reset those cards. You will get it back.
Okay, reset means it doesn't reset the complete data, right? Means
No, no, it will not be. See, I clicked on reset cards, not data.
okay.
Okay, so it says reset cards.
Mm,
You can even uncheck. I mean, if you want, you can uncheck from here. So whatever you'll uncheck, it will show you that. I mean, it will not show that, and remaining it will show.
okay.
Right? Even column shelves is not there now.
Mm-hmm.
I unchecked that. So you can
Okay.
go back, cards, and reset. You will get it everything back.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my third type of side by side bars. Okay, now fine. So this we already saw. This was the tree map. Same requirement as pie chart,
Definitely.
right? It says one or more dimensions and one or two measures. Same goes with here, one or more dimensions and one or two measures. So
Mm,
same requirement, and you can alternatively, I mean, if the people want it form of a area, you can show this. If they want in form of pie, you can show this,
mhm.
right? So you can interchange between these two.
Mm.
Now going,
If you have a like user comes that I want this kind of specific charts with how it works. You show me the specific this or
specific chart.
he comes with that we need within the specific chart or we just provide a visualization from our side. How come we do?
See, whatever is possible in Tableau, you can do that. Now,
Mhm,
the thing is, if they are asking something which is not possible in Tableau, you need to
mhm,
check the feasibility first of all, and then revert them back that this is possible, this is not possible, right?
mhm.
But but as of now, like in the market, what is happening? A lot of people have came up with a lot of add-ins in
Correct.
Tableau also, right?
Mm,
And because of that, there are few things which are directly not possible, but by using those add-ins, it is possible,
okay.
right? So you need to do your study first, feasibility check, then you need
Mm,
to revert them back whether it is possible or not. You should
okay.
never, I mean, for any requirement you should never say that it is not possible, because in technology world, I think most of the things are possible. It is just you need to check and apply proper solution,
Yes, yes.
right?
Just wanted to
So
know the requirements. How come the users come and
Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and we'll drag maybe, let's say, subcategory. And okay, we wanted to plot this, which is circle views. So this is, I mean, for any particular stack chart, you can plot it. So over here, and I can drag years. We'll create this chart, right? I just created a stack plot,
Mhm.
and this time I'm just going to convert this into circles like this. Okay, this is nothing but this chart, this one,
Okay.
right? The category is same. You can change it either into this circle or you can change it to any shape, whichever you want.
Mhm.
Right? Whichever shape you want, you can select that. It will show you those categories, right? But yes, if you want to show, let's say, these each subcategory should have a different sign, you can simply drag subcategory to shape, and each subcategory will have a different sign over here,
Okay.
right? If you wish that, if you wish to show kind of, your own sign to a category, you can go ahead and change it anytime, right? Whatever sign you want to select, let's say for accessories I want this sign, for copiers I want this sign, for paper I want to show this sign, apply and come back. So you will have those signs here,
Okay.
right?
This
You can
is about customization which we're doing.
pardon.
This is about customization which we're doing.
Exactly,
Depending.
right? And not only this, I mean, these images were available here in already in the Tableau, but you can drag your own images. I mean, you can import your own images. So likewise, I did it yesterday, right? These images.
Mm-hmm.
You can download logos and images from Google and put it into my repository. So I'll just go to documents, my Tableau repository, and then you can show that here,
You need to put in shapes, correct?
right? So you can download or you can create your own folders and you can put it.
Mhm.
So it will appear here and then you can use it. Maybe I'll show you for accessories. Let's say I want to show home. So apply, you can show home here. Where is home?
This one should be into cutting. So
Was
it
it
didn't appear.
home? Okay, let me remove color. Yeah, it was home only because this image is not transparent. I think it has white background. So the complete image was converted into blue color by color of accessories,
Mhm.
right? But this was okay. So you can customize it as per your requirement. The next thing would be this is again, similar kind of, chart. It's nothing much difference. Similar
Mhm.
kind of, objects you can drag here, right? But it is like category and then subcategory, so together. So over here you had, like different subcategories
Mhm.
of different years.
We can select the same from the marks card, right? Whichever plot you want to do it, you can select from there itself, right? Instead
From
of
here,
showing
right?
from the marks card, marks label, you
Hmm.
have drag down tablet where you have a selected shape over there. You can select like whichever chart you want, you can select over there. No, upwards.
Yeah, so
Okay.
from here also you can. Yeah,
Uh,
right. I mean, both the places, either this or this, you can, both the things are possible from both the places, right? Just the good thing is, like, over here you can directly get it as soon as you right click, And for this, you need to kind of do some customization. That's it. Customization means it will take 1 or 2 steps, but you can, create everything from both places.
Okay.
Right. So this is related to your this particular chart. Now, again, you might have seen we kind of created this, but right now this is selected because these are of same category, same category. So
Okay.
over here, if we just simply change the line, it will be this chart,
Okay.
right? There would be same requirement for this, right? Some categories, but measure side and dimension side, it will be same requirement. Now, this one is like individual trend lines. So all the subcategories will have an individual trend line over year or period of time. So you can convert this into maybe month, and then you will get it like this. Right? You can interchange between different elements. Now, just one thing. So I'll remove subcategory. So over here, right now I don't have any category. It is purely profit and order date. Right? We can go ahead and drag profit onto size. So you can change the thickness of this trend line as we go over time period.
Okay.
Fine. You can drag your labels if you wish.
Instead of that, we can create a dot for the profit.
Dot over profit, you mean
Because
like
this is,
this?
no, on the lines
Mhm.
only
Okay, on lines you want dots. Okay,
only
so
for profit.
only for profit. Just a minute. So you want, like, let's say at this point you want to show the dot.
Dot, yes.
Okay. I think that is possible. That's possible. How would you do that? There are two ways. I mean, right now I remember only one way of doing it. What I will do directly, I'll drag this profit once again over here, right? And for one, I will just select simple circle. For other, I'll leave it as trend and will make it dual axis chart. Here we go. And for this particular thing, I can increase the circle. Sorry, circles I have increased. Yes. Let me put some color to it. Month order. Right? Something like this.
Yeah, something like this.
Okay. So at each point you have, I've just converted this into dual axis. I have two axes right here. Okay. And then for one axis, I have converted this into line. And for the other axis, I have converted this into circles.
Okay.
And then we are able to kind of see both overlapping, and you can see your numbers.
Okay. For this kind of, we need a dual access only.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Because what we have done, we have superimposed both the trends, one by circle and one by trend line, on top of each other. Right. This goes area chart of same category. Right. So whatever trend you had, it has just got converted into area. Nothing else. No major change. Right. Now, same goes with here. If you go to the next one, for example, this, those sub years, I mean months which you had, they have got just bifurcated into quarters. So,
Interesting.
right, this chart, or this chart of same category,
Mhm.
right? Just minor difference, but of same category, because you are categorizing it, you are not showing continuous data. It is a discrete thing here. So if you show this, it's continuous flow starting from 16 to 19. But if you go like this, it is discrete by month and quarters within an year.
Mhm.
That's why you are
No,
getting small buckets.
picture the highlighted this one we can create for which can select any one of this, right?
Yeah,
Which is highlighted. Which
yeah,
one is
right.
great, we have to use it.
See which one is highlighted. That means it is already being created.
Which is the preferred one or is the created one?
It's a created one,
Okay.
right? Only preferred ones will be enabled,
Okay.
right? Other things will be grayed out. So like this one is grayed out right now. You cannot create it using the current fields you have taken,
Hmm.
right? You cannot create these grayed ones. On top of it, you can put in your colors by subcategory and all. So it will kind of convert into individual trend for each category.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So any other question before we kind of move,
Nothing. As I
right?
work on, I'll be getting questions. We are
Mhm.
just showing how we are creating charts by selecting some dimension in this type of
Right.
charts we are creating. Once I start
Mhm.
working, then I'll have many questions, I think so.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I would suggest download this image. I think I close that window. Uh, just download. Okay, it's here. So just download this image from Google, right? While creating any chart, so you will. I mean, it will be in your mind like what you are going to create, and basis that which type of charts you will choose.
Uh,
Okay.
what should I search in Google to create that chart?
No,
To
no, simple. Look for chart types. Basis variable.
chart types. Okay. And should I go in images, right?
Chart, yeah, chart types based on variable, and then go to images.
Yeah, got it.
Right. So keep that handy whenever you are going to create, charts and all, so that you can take the reference.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So whatever charts we have created today, just try to practice those. And tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
we'll kind of little focus on the dual axis chart, because there are number of dual axis charts which are generally
Mm-hmm.
people asking. Right.
Video lecture chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Not an issue.
Okay. All right then.
Okay.
So okay, tomorrow is Sunday, so we'll meet on Monday then. Okay. Monday morning.
Okay. Monday, same
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah. Same time.
One thing I wanted to ask, whether
Mhm.
like we are teaching like what is dimension, what is measure, like whether
Mhm.
we have a document or something like that we can refer for
Okay, I
reference.
have a PPT I can give you. What I'll do, it is already there in the Google Drive, so I'll add you there, so you'll get a notification.
Okay, no
Okay?
problem. Means just what it means,
Yeah.
what are measures? We are just telling like what is this, what is continuous, what is discrete.
Yes,
Just to
yes.
refer.
It's there in that PPT.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
PPT. So in that folder you will have PPT as well as you will have a book of Tableau also. So you can refer to
Mhm.
those.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. All right then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
See
thank
you.
you.
Bye.